So as Harry Maguire receives the ball here, you can see that United are setting up in their familiar 3-2 shape in the deeper area of their system, as they have the ball just inside of the FC Twente half. Eriksen is sitting in a double pivot alongside Ugarte, but it's actually Harry Maguire who progresses the ball into the final third with a quality long diagonal pass out to Bruno Fernandes on the left flank. Bruno brings the ball under control and it ends up with Christian Eriksen on the left flank, sitting in a deeper position on the edge of the FC Twente defensive third. But what I liked most about the build up to this goal was Martinez's vertical movement forward to insert himself into this area, as this gives United an overload in this small area on the flank, which works to either provide Eriksen and Fernandes with the open passing lanes to work the ball to the edge of the box, or will work to drag the FC Twente centre back and central midfielder in the centre over to their right side, United's left, creating space in the centre and on the far side, as Twente are forced to shift their defensive shape over to the left side in order to deal with players like Martinez who have stepped into this area. As Eriksen moves the ball down the line into Bruno Fernandes, you can see that Martinez's high positioning drags the Twente midfielder closer to him, slightly higher up the pitch away from the box, which in turn makes it hard for the Twente midfield line to cut all of the passing lanes into Rashford and Dalot, while simultaneously being high enough to press Martinez if he receives the ball. Now Bruno Fernandes isn't able to thread a pass into Dalot or Rashford in this position, but as the move goes on you'll see how Fernandes eventually works the ball into the box, but you're also going to see what I think United are lacking in their attack. But before I come on to that, if you want to pick up any of the new season jerseys, go over to Jersey FIFA. They've also got the international club and retro jerseys as well. Use code Atlantis at checkout for a discount. A link will be in my Instagram bio, which I will leave linked in the description. So as Lisandro Martinez receives the ball, you can see that Fernandes has followed his pass in field and Eriksen has rotated into this wider position on the flank. But what is evident in this phase of play is how much United lack a left-footed left-back who can provide an overlap down the flank, as well as lacking general movement in behind the back line from these sorts of positions. You can see that the Twente back line are so high that they are almost in line with Eriksen as Lisandro Martinez plays a pass out wide to him in a high position on the flank. United have to start to develop well-coordinated patterns of play, where the players in these central positions between the Twente defenders in the back line, Dalot and Rashford in this example, are immediately ready to make a quick burst in behind, arcing their run so that Eriksen can take one touch and try to find either Dalot or Rashford in behind the back line. But as usual, United's attacking line is far too static, offering very little penetration in behind the back line, which leads to Eriksen having to circulate the ball back to Bruno Fernandes. But here is where it clicks for United, as when Bruno Fernandes receives the ball and opens up his body as though he's lining up a shot, the Twente midfielder moves out of the back line in order to close down the space in front of Fernandes. However, both Dalot and Fernandes read this movement, but also understand where the opportunity is, and so Dalot makes a small movement to the Twente midfielder's right, United's left, sitting in behind between these two Twente players, opening up a passing lane for Bruno Fernandes to feint as if he's going to shoot, before playing a reverse pass in behind the two Twente midfielders, pushing out to close him down, finding Dalot inside of the box and taking 3 of the Twente players out of the game. And to be honest, Dalot's touch is not the greatest, which allows the Twente centre-back to get out to him and make a challenge, but fortunately for United, Eriksen has followed Bruno Fernandes' pass into the box, and the ball falls perfectly for him to hit first time. It takes a slight deflection, but it still flashes in the top corner, giving United the lead.